Hey garden friends, this is RB the Garden Nanny. I am in my garden and I'm going to show you in this video all the things that climb in my garden. So right now I'm working on this honeysuckle. This is a before picture. I did this a while ago and I'm going to be showing you how things looked then and how things look now. So keep watching. This is a silver lace vine that I used to have in my garden. And oh my gosh, I loved it. It was one of my most popular videos on YouTube. And of course, it died. And it just was something that I had to replace. And this is what I replaced it with. I was looking to purchase a trellis for this William Baffin rose that I purchased. And I'm always trying to think outside the box. I found this bed frame on the side of a dumpster by my son's apartment. I quickly snatched it up, and this is the result. Hey guys, I wanted to show you all something. I was back here deadheading or removing the tops off of my daffodils. And this was full of daffodils. So I just deadheaded all of the spent tops, and this was growing. I'm sure this is from this William Baffin rose. And now I have another rose growing. I put this stake here. This is a bonus. This is a bonus when they just plant themselves right next to the mother plant. And I am so happy because now I have another rose to put on another trellis. Gotta love it. This is another one of my pink roses. I just purchased this one. It is a Zephyrin Druin, and I put it on this trellis in my vegetable garden. And my goal is to allow it to climb up this trellis and to go all the way over close to my greenhouse. So this is what it's looking like now. And I've done a lot of deadheading on it. I believe this rose is going to just flourish here. And it's going to give me some color that I really want in this vegetable garden area. A couple of years ago, I changed this area. This used to be my pineapple garden. I used to call it that. It was right next to my greenhouse. And I put this beautiful David Austin, Gertrude Jekyll climbing rose on it. And I have since moved this rose and changed this whole garden into my vegetable garden. Let's take a look at this beautiful David Austin rose. I was concerned if this thing, after I moved it, would come back. And it did not disappoint. So I am so glad that I moved it over to my new flower garden area. Of course, it's got to continue to grow and develop, but I believe it's going to look exactly like this in the future. I found that it's a great idea to already get your hole started if you're going to be moving a rose. I purchased this rose for myself on Mother's Day, and it's called Climbing Pinata from Home Depot. I'm cleaning off my shears. Make sure when you're handling a new rose or any rose, anything in the garden. I'm not 100% diligent at this, but I try to be. Clean your pruners really well before you start pruning off any dead on a new rose or any rose. So this is a beautiful on this. This is a beautiful climbing rose. It takes full sun. It has a light fragrance. It blooms. This is what I like. It blooms from spring, summer, and fall. Most of my roses are spring bloomers. This gets to about 6 to 9 feet, and it's ideal for fence or trellis. So I'm cutting off dead areas of this rose, and I love pruning. I really do. It's one of my favorite things when it comes to roses and shrubs, and I just love to prune and make things better because that's what's going to happen. You're making your rose better when you prune it. It's just like when you give yourself a haircut. It's making your hair fuller. It's making your hair grow better. So anyway, I'm taking off dead leaves, just lots of things that could hinder the rose progress. This one is really thick. It's kind of hard to see in this picture, but I wish I had had my loppers because these things were kind of hard to cut. But anyway, it's definitely necessary to do it. And by the way, I'm wearing my rose gloves. Make sure you have on rose gloves that protect you from thorns. And, you know, I've had a lot of issues just working in this field of not having the proper gloves. So now when I'm dealing with anything with this many thorns, I wear my rose gloves. Yeah, loppers would have been really good for this one. That's a big chunk, but it was necessary to get that out of there. And this rose has been sitting in this pot. And you know, when you buy roses from Home Depot, a lot of the workers do not, they do not put water in these pots. And this pot was bone dry. So I brought over a bucket of water, and I'm going to let this soak for at least, I ended up letting it soak for at least 4 to 5 hours. That wasn't my plan. I planned on getting it earlier, but I'm glad I did because it really was bone dry. See what I mean? Very, very dry. But once it gets hydrated, it's going to be great. Because the top growth is really, I mean, for it being this dry, it's amazing that this plant is not dead. So I'm adding a little bit more water. I'm just going to let it sit for the time I said I let it sit. I'm using some of my homemade compost, and I let this stuff sit for about a year, and it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So here I'm using Biotone. Always start any new plant in my garden with biotone. It's just great for root growth. Here's the plant all hydrated. So I'm just going to put this down in here and backfill it. This is a happy plant. Once it gets that water, once you remove all the dead crossing branches, all the things that they tell you about with roses, dead, disease, crossing branches, and hydrate this plant, it is just going to be beautiful. And I do not have this color. It is a peachy, let's see, it is a peachy orange. It is a wonderful plant that I do not have. As you can tell, I have a lot of pinks in my garden, but this is going to add color that is unique in my garden. Looking forward to that. So I also had a clematis that just grew alongside the mother clematis, and I pulled it out, and I'm going to add it to this trellis. So I'm just doing the same thing pretty much. I am putting in my biotone, and I'm just going to put it in this new position, and it's a beautiful pink, clematis, and it should look beautiful on this trellis. Adding some more of my compost. And like I say, I let it sit for about a year. And I just throw kitchen scraps in there and things from the garden. And here I'm just watering both areas. And it is pretty much, those two are done. So I have 2 more climbers that I added to my garden. And the last thing I'm going to do for this area is put in these beautiful giant pink Supertunia from Proven Winners. This is what it looks like. I love having these in my garden. I've been having them for the last 2 years, and I have to have them. They are gorgeous, and they just fill up this whole area. It's just a sea of pink. And I use my auger to make my holes, and then I just pop in my Supertunias. The Supertunias. And I have 10 of them, so I'm making 10 holes. And this makes it so much easier on me without having to dig holes. I just get this out, use my auger, and voila, it is done. I'm adding Osmocote coat to this. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, I use this stuff all the time, and I usually just put it in each hole, and sometimes you can just sprinkle it over the top, but I am trying to hit each hole. Want beautiful flowers? Osmocot and this Biotone fertilizer. It's going to be beautiful. But I also fertilize in the summer months when it starts getting really hot, and it just helps a lot to fertilize at least once a week or every other week to make sure that they are they are heavy feeders. So I try to do that once a week. So now I'm just adding in those beautiful pink, giant pink. These get much larger than the bubble gum, which bubble gum is a nice Vista, Supertunia Vista, but this, in my opinion, is even better because it's giant pink. So I just have to get it every year, invest in it, and I get it from my wholesaler. I have a hard time paying the price. I'm sorry, that's just me paying the price online at Proven Winners as well with the shipping. It can be a little pricey, but because I do this for a living, I can just go to the wholesaler and I get it at a much better price. Love having my hands in the dirt, putting in these beautiful flowers this time of the year and just watching them do their thing. So yeah, this is my last project of today, and I'm going to, after I'm done, just water, and I will wait for these babies to just get big as they want to get. So thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed, please take the time to do so. I would love to have you as part of the RBE, the Garden Nanny family. And I will be doing lots of videos like this because I love being in the garden, love doing this type of stuff. And so I will see you guys in the next video. Give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, all the things. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.